They crushed my mom's necklace and thought I'd cry. Instead, I sent 4 of them to the hospital. No, really. And I didn't even raise my voice. Let me back up a sec. It was my first day, a new high school, new city, new people, same grief. I had just lost my mom a few months earlier, and moving in with my dad wasn't exactly a fairy tale. He's a Marine, all sharp edges and silence. And me? I used to be the loud kid, always laughing, always moving. But after the funeral, I kind of stopped talking. What did I even say? There was one thing, though, this little silver necklace my mom gave me during her last hospital stay. It was nothing fancy, just a thin chain with a tiny lotus pendant, but she told me, wear this when you need to feel me close. So I wore it every day like armor, especially that morning. Walking into the cafeteria felt like stepping into enemy territory, cliques already formed, stares lingering just a second too long. And then them, Kendall and her crew. Think mean girls, but louder, crueler, and way too comfortable in their power. I heard the whispers before I saw them. New girl looks like she walked out a kung fu movie. Is she even from here? You know the kind. Ignorant, mean, and calculated. I ignored it. That's what I was taught. Control. Discipline. I've been training in martial arts since I was 5 karate at first, then taekwondo. My mom said it was about building strength, not to hurt people, but to carry your own weight when life pushes down hard. I got my black belt last year. Quietly. Privately. No celebración. But that lunch period? Everything changed. I was walking past Kendall's table, eyes down, just trying to find a spot to sit. One of her friends sneered, "Hey, is it your grandma's necklace? Or did you steal it from Goodwill?" I didn't answer. I just stepped sideways to move on. But then Kendall stood. "No, wait," she said loud and mocking. "Let me see this." She yanked the necklace so hard the chain snapped right off my neck. And just like that, the world froze. That tiny silver pendant, the last piece of my mom, hit the floor with a sound I swear echoed. And then Kendall, she stomped on it, twisted her heel, crushed it. I couldn't breathe. Not because of fear, because of the fire rising inside me, grief, anger, all the silence I had buried for months. It boiled over. Kendall laughed and turned back to her friends, ready to gloat. That's what happened. Before I even realized I was moving, my leg was in the air, and Kendall flew back, crashing into a lunch table like a rag doll. One of the boys lunged at me. I grabbed his arm, twisted, flipped him flat onto his back. Another one tried from behind. I ducked, drove a palm strike to his chest. He dropped like a bag of bricks. The cafeteria exploded. Trays clattered. Someone screamed. Phones came out. In 60 seconds, it was over. For bodies groaning on the ground. Me, in the middle, breath heaving. My eyes were locked on the cracked pendant. Everything else, the noise, the stares, had all blurred. Then came the footsteps, teachers rushing in, someone yelling my name. But I didn't move. I just stood there, calm like we were still in the dojo. And then this voice, soft but firm, from the back of the room. It was Mr. Ramirez, the janitor. A quiet guy no one ever really noticed. But he had been sweeping near the vending machines the whole time. "I saw it," he said. "All of it. She didn't start it, but she sure as hell ended it." The room went quiet. One of the students stepped forward, a freshman, I think, and handed the principal their phone with the recording. Others started chiming in. "Yeah, she didn't do anything until they broke the necklace. They were bullying her all week." The principal, face tight, arms crossed, watched the video right there in front of us. You could see the moment his expression changed. From angry to stunned. Security showed up, but the principal waved them off. Kendall and her crew were escorted out, bruised, limping, humiliated. I stood still until they were gone. Then I bent down, picked up the broken pendant, tied it with a red string I kept in my bag, the same one my mom wrapped around my wrist before my first tournament. It wasn't whole anymore. Neither was I. But somehow that made it stronger. The video? It went viral. Lunchroom justice, they called it. Black Belt Ava was trending for a week. Martial arts studios praised my control. Veterans praised my discipline. Parents messaged my dad, thanking him for raising a warrior. And the school? They reviewed everything. I wasn't suspended. They gave me a public apology instead. So they were updating their anti-bullying protocols. whatever that means. People who used to ignore me started saying hi in hallways. Some asked if I could teach them self-defense. I said sure, but only if they learned respect first. I didn't become popular. That was never the point. I didn't fight for attention. I fought because someone tried to break the only thing I had left of my mom. And because I'm tired of being quiet. Now, I wear that broken pendant around my wrist every day. Not because I want to remember the fight, but because I want to remember that moment. The moment I finally stood up not just for myself, but for the little girl who cried in silence every night since her mother passed. Strength isn't about being unbreakable. It's about what you do when something breaks you, and whether you let it define you or transform you. So now let me ask you this. What would you have done if someone destroyed the last piece of someone you loved? Would you stay silent, or would you fight back? Let me know in the comments, and if this story moved you even just a little, hit subscribe. There's more where this came from.